Hey everybody, this is Tony Earp with Class Eagles. I hope you're having a great day. Throughout the season, all coaches are going to be teaching their players things that they don't know yet, things that are beyond their current ability, things that they need to learn to have success in the game in the future. And when you introduce new things to players, they're going to struggle. And although that sounds like it's obvious, and we know that, and we know players are going to pick up on it right away, I think at times as coaches we forget that. We forget the fact that when you're doing something new, you're going to make more mistakes. When we do something new, we're going to struggle more. And that's true on the soccer field. That's true in all aspects of life, and it's a great lesson of sports. So when we're working with players on the field and we're introducing something new to them, we have to expect them to struggle with it at first, regardless of how great we think our session plan is, how great our coaching points are, how well designed and structured the session is, and how it flows from one thing to the next. The players are still going to struggle. It's very important that we don't lose sight of what they're trying to do and continue to reinforce what we're asking them to try to do, because I think what happens is when we introduce something new and players start to struggle with it or they're not having success, we quickly start kind of correcting them on the fact that they're losing the ball, and we start maybe getting frustrated and getting on the players, and all of a sudden we're creating a kind of very pressured and fearful environment in a situation where we're trying to get the players to try to do something they're uncomfortable doing, which obviously doesn't work. If we're trying to get players to do something they're uncomfortable with, they have to know it's a kind of a fear-free zone, that we're giving them the freedom to try these things and fail, and try them again and fail. And as coaches, it's important that we recognize that. And that when we're in a training session and the kids are learning a new topic and they're trying to do something that currently they're not able to, when we see them attempt it, when we see them trying it, regardless if it's successful or not, we're applauding the effort. We're recognizing that they're trying. Because if we don't recognize that effort and we just criticize the fact that they made a mistake or they lost the ball trying to do what we're asking them to do, then we've missed the point as coaches. And then the players are not, in any situation, going to try what we're asking them to do again, because they're fearful of being, criticized by the coach, or losing the ball. We have to create a situation that the players know that we are learning something new. We're going to struggle with it. We're going to make mistakes. But I, as a coach, and as any coach, wants to see them continue to try to do the right things, continue to try what we're asking them to do, because it might not work the first time, the second time, or the 100th time. But with the fact that they're going to continue to try it, we'll continue to coach them to continue to try it, and continue to make corrections and help them learn how to do it. Eventually, they'll learn how to do it, and they'll attempt it in games, and they'll get better at it. But I think we're often very quick to kind of pull away and lose sight of what we're actually trying to get the players to do, and we get refocused on the fact that they just lost the ball, or they're not in the right position, or that it's the third time they're doing it and they made a mistake. We have to allow that freedom for the players when they're learning something new. We all know what it's like. We all tried something new in our lives, and it doesn't go well at first, and we have to continue to work on it. And a lot of us have been fortunate enough to have mentors or coaches who, when we've tried something and failed, they continue to, encourage us to try it again and try it again. So we have to remember to ask players to do that in games, in training sessions, when it counts, when it might cost the team a goal. We have to make sure that if we're asking them to learn something, asking them to do something new, we're giving them the freedom to try it. We're giving them the freedom to fail and to try it again and learn from their mistakes, because that is how you develop and learn. If you're creating an environment where you're trying to teach something new, and every time a mistake is made, you jump all over the players and you get upset with them, you're not going to have a group of players who are going to be willing to try what you're asking. And frankly, you're probably going to lose a little bit of that sense of trust with your players in you, because you're asking them to try something new in the game. It's hard, and every time they try it and they fail, they know that you're going to yell at them or jump all over them. Then they're not going to trust what you're asking them to learn. They're not going to understand the process. And if players don't trust the process, then throughout the year it's going to be very difficult for you to try to teach them anything that's new, anything that's difficult, because they'll have learned that when that's the case, and and they do try something new and they fail, that they're just going to be punished for it. So if, as a coach, your role is to help players grow beyond what they're currently able to do, we have to have that patience. We have to have that understanding that when players are trying to do something new that we are introducing to them, that they're going to fail, and they need us to continue to encourage them to do it over and over again until they get it right.